So good morning. Yeah. So to bring you up to date with what happened. So yesterday I went for that lovely bike ride to Biarritz, um, and everything was great. Just left Biarritz, and yeah, I was quite hungry, so I stopped off at a supermarket, got a baguette and some hummus, and thought, oh, I'll sit on this bench here and have my feed. Anyway, disaster happened. I bit into the bread and it pulled out my bridge. So the gap in my teeth, the first three teeth, were missing. So yeah, I looked horrendous, absolutely horrendous. And yeah, so the bridge had totally snapped off. Um, and I actually felt sick to the stomach, emotionally. So I still had what 30 odd kilometres ride back to the van. So I did that, got back to the van, by which case it was sort of middle of the afternoon, and started looking around, trying to find a dentist. There were a few round about, and thanks to Google, you can sort of get an idea of whether they're good or bad, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star ratings. So anyway, so I identified that Soustons was a good place to head back to. There was a few dentists there. One was getting great reviews. So I tried calling, but there was no pickup on the answer phone. So I thought, well, I'll just rock up at the dentist. So drove back to Soustons and found the dentist, which was like in an apartment block. And apparently the dentist was off on holiday, and the standing dentist was off sick. So that didn't work. So she said it was another few more dentists round about. So I went tried to find those. They didn't speak English, and they didn't have any. Well, they didn't want to see me basically. So still wandering around with a big gap in my teeth, and then I headed back to Bucco, which is the nice seaside place here, and I phoned up, managed to speak to a dentist, which was in the centre there. He spoke minimal English, but he said he would see me, and he would see me at 6 o'clock at night. So, which was literally an hour ahead. So he'd try and squeeze me in and see what he could do. So I went to see him, and long and short of it is that yeah, he managed to glue it back in, and it's a temporary fix, a very temporary fix. He says it could fall out in a day, hours, you know. But I did tell him that the plans were, that I'd be travelling down to Morocco for 3 months, and he just shook his head and said it will not last that long. So lots of thinking overnight, and plans, and chatted with Sarah, and got her view on it and what to do. The dentist here was suggesting that I returned home and went to see my dentist, which would be in Settle. And to be fair, not had great experiences at the dentist anyway in the last few times. So then looked at places in France. Is expensive to get a. The dentist suggested that I will need some work doing, which would be €2,000 per tooth in France, so possibly up to €6,000 to have these implants. And the alternative was to go to Spain, to carry on down to Spain. And looking at Google, apparently they don't have a healthcare for dentists over there, so there's no national security type thing or NHS for dentists over there. So it's a very competitive world. But the big thing which was holding me back still was, the lack of British speaking. So obviously I want to talk to somebody and get their input into it, but I need to be able to understand that. So Sarah has a friend down near Benidorm, and it seemed a good option because the amount of expats down there, there's a lot of British speaking dentists down there. So this morning I've called the dentist and got an appointment for next Tuesday. Google reviews are outstanding, and I think it's going to cost me about the same price, if not a little bit cheaper than if I had it done privately in the UK. And I believe that you can't get implants. I might be wrong here, but I don't think you can get implants done on the NHS anyway. So it might actually work out well. I probably do need some root canal work doing as well. But yeah, it's not great, but it's what it is for now. So I've got till next Tuesday and next Thursday now, so I can make my way down to Benidorm slowly. A lot of the roads are actually closed because there's been a massive storm around Alicante. Quite a few people were killed in that, and looking at some of the videos, the main road, the bridges have all been washed away and whatever. So the direct route to Benidorm is closed. So yeah, so I will find my way there, obviously, and I've got a few days to do that. So yeah, I'll pack up and make my way out of France shortly.